Hello everyone! The article I reviewed was Success in the Abstract Exploring Linguistic and Stylistic Predictors of Conference Abstract Ratings by Jesse Egbert and Luke Plonsky, printed in Corpora 2015. If you have any questions about corpus research, you can ask Nicole, she's an expert. Overall, it was a good article and I didn't have many things to critique. The purpose of the article was to investigate the relationship between the linguistic and stylistic characteristics of both rejected and accepted article abstracts and the scores which were given to them by reviewers. The other purpose was to determine the extent to which a set of significant stylistic and linguistic variables can predict abstract ratings, and for this purpose multiple regression was used. The article provides comprehensive description of both features as well as practical advice for successful abstract writing. The sample for this article was 287 abstracts submitted to the 2009 Research Language Forum. It was a convenient sample because one of the researchers was among the organizers, and there was no consent obtained from the authors of abstracts, but it was still approved by IRB, but it doesn't include any citations. When the sample was chosen, the researchers chose only empirical abstracts, no theoretical or no position papers, to increase homogeneity of the sample. Researchers provide descriptive statistics of the sample, and the mean length of an abstract was 283 words, with standard deviation of 35, and the range between 121 to 415 words. But the word limit for the abstracts was 300 words. The sample is very thoroughly described. The only thing I wanted to have there is more information about the conference, whether it's a high-stakes conference, national, international, this sort of information. In terms of statistics and variables, the article uses t-tests, Pearson correlations, and stepwise multiple regression. All the statistic analyses were chosen appropriately. The variables are stylistic features, linguistic features, and reviewer scores. All of them were theory-driven and based on the literature review. The methods contains 3 steps, and the first step was to compute mean reviewer scores and how they were obtained. The researchers looked at the rubric which Slurf reviewers were using, and it was a 5-point Likert scale with 4 constructs: appropriateness and importance of the topic, theoretical orientation, research design, and organization with clarity. The step 1 was thorough and clear, but there was no information about the credentials of the reviewers. However, it can be inferred. Step 2 was to manually code stylistic features, and as you can see that the stylistic features included the presence or absence of introduction, methods, results, and discussion. Then the order of these sections, research questions or hypotheses, if they're present or absent again, citations, and errors, spelling or grammar errors. And you can guess what the level of measurement is. I didn't have any critique about step 2. It was thorough enough, but at the same time it was a little bit not clear, too long, I guess. Step 3, the researchers used Biber-Tagger and tag count to tag and count linguistic features, 13 of them. They were grouped in 4 categories: tense, personal reference, noun phrase density, and length. However, the level of measurement was not clear to me. The researchers were saying that these linguistic features were counted by tag count and reported as normed frequencies. So, the step 3 was clear, it was well organized, the hypotheses were stated, but I didn't quite understand if they used Biber tagger only, or they also manually checked for accuracy, which is sometimes needed because we need to ensure the reliability of the software. The analysis section was also very thorough. It described the variables and the level of measurement, statistical procedures, and also they justified the reasons of why they used multiple regression. They used the stepwise because of lack of theory guidance. I also think that the model contains all elements of interest and the analysis matches the purpose. But going back to the linguistic features, the article says that, the last sentence you can see, the 13 language features are all continuous variables. Therefore, we analyze the relationships between these language features and abstract ratings using Pearson correlations. But as we know that frequencies or normed frequencies sometimes are not categorized as either continuous or categorical, but they can be tested with chi-square only. So this was my main concern about this section, why they called the linguistic features continuous. The second thought I had, the researchers did not outline how the linguistic features would be treated. Will they be treated individually or according to the 4 categories, or maybe both? So that was a little bit not clear. Then we go to the results section, and here I summarize the results of the first 2 steps of the analysis. Among the stylistic features, there were 4 statistically significant ones, and among the linguistic features, there were 9 statistically significant features, totaling 13 out of 21 features all in all. The result section of step 2 and step 1 was clear. It reported exact p-values and effect sizes. And then you can see the significant linguistic and stylistic features listed. The step which was more interesting to me was stepwise multiple regression, the third one, and the researchers identified the DVs and the IVs in the introduction to the results section. The dependent variable was mean reviewer scores, and the independent variables were statistically significant linguistic and stylistic features. However, they did not say anything about the assumptions, and they did not say anything about how categorical and continuous variables were treated together. Then, when we look at the results, we can see that the researchers provide the information needed, R-squared, F, and p-values. After that, they give the beta coefficients for the statistically significant features, both stylistic and linguistic ones, but they do not give us beta values. After that, the results are summarized in a table, and this is all the information given for this section. 2 paragraphs about the DVs and IVs, and the table summarizing the results. So I found that it was not enough, probably. I needed more information. After that, the researchers discussed the results, and the discussion probably compensates for the short results section about multiple regression. They discuss all the points I would like them to discuss. So first they address that they included 21 features and only not many of them were significant. Then they discuss each feature included in the model according to the literature and the underlying reasons for it being significant or non-significant, which I found was very interesting and thorough. They refer to the literature to support why probably it was significant or non-significant. Another good reason, well, not reason but point addressed by the researchers was that probably the 31% of the variance was accounted for linguistics and stylistic features, and they say that it's too much, that this is a threat to the validity. The conference abstracts should be accepted or rejected based on the content, based on the importance of the study or how interesting the study is, and that probably non-native speakers might be undermined by this because they might have more language errors or not clear style. On the other hand, the researchers say that there might be a relationship between the importance and the linguistic and stylistic features, but this was out of the scope of their research. I found implications very interesting and I provide them here. The researchers give tips for those who are going to write abstracts for Second Language Research Forum as well as other linguistic conferences, and you can look at them. The last section of the article was limitations, and there were only 2 of them. However, I couldn't think of any other limitations I would like them to add. Well, addressing the ones they mentioned, the first one is that they chose only one conference, which limits the generalizability of the study. They can generalize only to the SLA domain, Second Language Acquisition, and probably this conference. The second one, which was addressed before in the discussion section, that the content was not measured in any ways in this article. And this is it. Thank you.